What is the deal with spitting at Christians in Israel? I mean, is that even a thing? While it is not a widespread phenomenon, it might surprise you to learn that this does occur. And the organizers of a provocative conference held in Jerusalem last week believe it is getting worse. I'm at the Armenian Seminary in Jerusalem, and I just attended a conference called Why Do Some Jews Spit at Christians? Now, while this is not a widespread phenomenon, it is something that happens almost on a daily basis, actually, that some Jews who are walking through the Old City will spit on some people who are very visibly Christian, meaning they're a priest or a nun and they're wearing, an outfit, the robes that signify their religion. So there is something that is happening on a daily basis. Now, this conference, interestingly enough, was organized by Jewish Israelis to address the problem.
The reason that it is needed is because this phenomenon is growing and it is being shunned or marginalized all the time. And we know that once the new government is in power, it gave many people the audacity to do what they previously maybe did in the Armenian quarter, now in the Muslim quarter. Everything is let loose. So if we hadn't done it before, now it's the time.
And it's not a very widespread issue. We're talking about a fraction of the population is doing the spitting. Why is this significant?
It's always good to look at symptoms. Symptoms reveal deep problems. It's significant for the people here because it's an ongoing suffering. It's significant because the problem has been aggravated in the past half year. And it's significant because it's one of many expressions of deeper-seated attitudes that have to be uprooted. As Bishop Shomali said, we have to deal with the teachings, we have to deal with the social media, but this is very convenient because it's graphic, it's offensive, as we learned today, it's also illegal, and as a consequence, it's relevant in and of itself, but its importance far exceeds the manifestation. It's an opportunity to get to the roots of Jewish ignorance of Christianity and the need for Jews to understand that the narrative has changed and to help shape their attitudes accordingly, and moving from at best an attitude of civility to deeper friendship.
I'll agree that very few number of Jews actually do spit at Christians.
That's right.
Very few, a handful. So why?
Well, it's a handful, that's true, but they represent, as I showed, all sectors of Israeli religious public, although we heard today that also non-religious people spit. I myself saw a secular school class spitting because one of the girls said, "Hey, it's a Christian church. My mother told me that you see something like that, you have to spit." And all the girls, she was the queen of the class, so they all spat. So I've seen it myself. But in general, it's religious, different groups. So it's different groups. It's not one type of group. And it is a growing cancer. It's a growing cancer. You saw my videos were very clear. They go in groups. Okay, one does it. Hey, there's a whole group. It's like
Nicole, this was a really important conference. I think it was a precedent we're saying here, just for putting this issue on the map and raising awareness for everybody. It's really important that Israeli authorities come to understand what's going on here, these heinous attacks, and I would say particularly for us as evangelicals, that we need to care about this too, particularly because we're not at the forefront of bearing the brunt of these attacks. Really, it's our brothers and sisters of the traditional churches, because they're much more obviously, outwardly, visibly Christian. They wear crosses, or they have certain attire that immediately identifies them as Christian, and we tend not to, and so we actually have no idea the level and severity of these attacks. And worse than that, even sometimes when we're made aware, we tend to doubt and tend not to care.
Right behind me over there is the entrance to the Armenian convent, and this is actually where many of the recent attacks have taken place. Now, attacks being either spitting at a clergy member or accosting some of the residents who are driving by. One with pepper spray. Actually, there was vandalism right here. Right over here, somebody pulled down, there was a bunch of young men that were here, and they pulled down a flag, an Armenian flag, or a flag that was here right on the office of the Armenian Patriarch. And another thing that has been done was right there at the entrance of the St. James convent. One man actually stood there and urinated right at the entrance. Now, why do you care so much about Christians here?
First of all, I started Christianity, you're not filming her, but
no, I'm not.
Like her, I've studied Christianity because of my interest in dialogue and to sit around the table and talk about Trinity, yes or no, da, da, da. But in reality, I found that there's no symmetry. I cannot talk to somebody who is being spat at, who is a minority, which is undergoing what is undergoing. It was ridiculous. All of a sudden, it was not symmetry because I'm the one with the power. This is not how I wanted to approach a dialogue. So all these 30 years, I'm more and more moving into activism, which is not me. Believe me, I was never an activist.
According to several speakers at the conference, the Jewish people harbor a collective memory of a painful history as a persecuted minority, facing pogroms, forced baptism, and blood libels, and even worse. But here in the Jewish state, the roles are reversed.
As I was listening to one of the lectures, I got in Polish a form about an event that happened tonight.
We need to start caring about attacks on people, no matter who they are. If it's Christians attacking Jews, or Muslims attacking Jews, or Christians attacking Jews, whoever is attacking whoever, we need to care because every one of us was created in the image of God. And whether it's comfortable for us or not, we need to start seeing everyone as our brothers and sisters and start speaking out and doing something about it before it's too late and they come for us and we regret it that no one sticks up for us when we didn't for anybody else.